All right, Algebra 2 review 1 through 10 for our second test. The first question, the question that showed up the most that students wanted to see was number 5. What is the new amount when 36 is increased by 60%? So we want to know what 60% of 36 is, right? So the first thing we're going to do is take 36 times 0.6. 36 times 0.6. What do I get? 21.6. All right, obviously 21.6 is smaller than 36. So what we're going to do, okay, because 60% of 36 is 21.6, is now we're going to add that to 36. All right, so I should get 0.6. So that's at 7. I should get 57.6. Okay? Now, if I am increasing something by a certain amount, and I want to know what the end amount is going to be, this will work every time, okay? It will even work with a decrease of 60%, right? Decrease of 60% here would have been just the 21.6, right? Or, you know, if it was 60% less, though, we would take 21.6 minus 36. Or 36 minus 21.6. If something was 60% off, right, we would be decreasing it by 21.6. We'd have to subtract it. Okay, that makes sense? Was 57.6 the correct answer? Okay. All right, so make sure that you don't just get that 21.6, that it's increased, so we're going to have to add it back to the original amount. Okay, questions there? No? Okay. Next up on our list is number 2. Number 2, the speed of light is 3 times 10 to the 8th meters per second. That is a rate. That's speed is a rate, okay? The sun is 1.496 times 10 to the 11th meters from Earth. That is a distance. It's meters. How many seconds, seconds is time, does it take to reach Earth from the sun? Round your answer to the nearest 100th second. So our original formula is distance equals rate times time. That's dirt. Okay, if you're not familiar with it, you should get familiar with it in this class. All right, that solves for distance. We can change this equation, though, to solve for either rate or time. Because this question is asking me to solve for time, I'm going to move the r variable over to solve for time. I move the r variable by division, right? So time equals distance divided by rate. Does this make sense so far? Okay, so now I'm going to take my distance number, which is 1.496 times 10 to the 11th, and I'm going to divide it by the rate number, which is 3 times 10 to the 8th. All right? And so what I do in my calculator is 1.496 divided by 3. That should give me a decimal answer of like 0.49. Help me out here. 0.4986, right? Now, here, I've got 10 to the 11th over 10 to the 8th. That means I'm going to take 11 minus 8. Or I can move 10 to the 8th up. It becomes a negative 8. I'm still taking 11 minus 8, but I'm getting times 10 to the 3rd. All right, they did not want my answer in scientific notation. They wanted my answer just in seconds. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to move my decimal 3 places to the right, and I'm going to get 498.6. I should be able to get this another decimal out of that. It was 0.4986 what? Should have been a little bit further. 6.6. So we're going to say 6.7 seconds. Yeah, but it wanted to know round your answer to the nearest 100th second. So if you converted it to minutes, you wouldn't necessarily be wrong in the sense of correctness, but you would be wrong according to what the question is actually asking for. Okay? Yeah, it comes out to somewhere close to 9 minutes. So if the sun went out, they estimate that it'd take close to 9 minutes before we would know it. 8 to 9 minutes. Okay, does that answer our questions on that? Hopefully. Okay. And this is, because we're doing this through Word, takes a little bit longer to erase some things. All right, after that was all the way down to question number 15. Okay. All right, okay, this is where they try to trick you. Okay, they want you to find matrix B times matrix A, not matrix A times matrix B. All right, so for my own sake, I'm going to change this so that I'm getting 5, negative 4, 6 times negative 3, 3, and 1. Okay, now down here, this is a 3 by 1 matrix, right? Yes? All right, this other one, it is a 1 by 3. So what should be the dimensions of my new matrix? No, 3 by 3, 3 by 3. 1 and 1 tell me that I can actually multiply them. The 3 and 3 tell me what it's going to look like. So I'm going to have something here, 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 and here. Okay? So this position, this first position right here, that is row 1, column 1. Okay? So I'm going to multiply row 1 by column 1. Oh, yeah, I forgot a spot, didn't I? Oh, yeah, it just deletes the whole thing. Okay, so I need that. Thank you. All right, so our first off is 5 times negative 3, correct? Negative 15, all right? This next position is row 1, column 2, so that's 5 times 3, so I should get positive 15. This is row 1, column 3, so that's 5 times 1 is 5. Are we starting to get it up now? Now I'm done with row 1, so I can come down to negative 4. Okay, negative 4 times negative 3 is 12. Negative 12, negative 4. All right, you follow me so far? All right, now we're ready for row 3. Okay, and it's coming across the column, so negative 18, 18, and 6. Okay? Do we understand that process? Okay. It's a good question to ask. Hopefully it's been answered. All right, I think that gets it. All right, that was 15. We want back up to question number 6. All right, so, I'm sorry, looking at the wrong one. A camera that regularly costs $78 is being offered at a 30% discount. Find the sale price of the camera. This is good because it matches up kind of with what we've run into. We want to take 78 times 0.3. We want to find out what 30% of 78 is. Okay? 78 times 0.3. What's that? 23.4. All right, well, that's 30% of, but that's, okay, what we need to do now is do what?
Plus 78.
Not plus 78, because it's 30% off. Subtract 78 minus 23.4. Okay. Shouldn't get negative. It's just 54.6. Okay, $54.60. Is that the correct answer? And that matches up with the answer key. Okay. Okay, so in this case, we find of, and then we subtract because it is a sale. Okay, if it had been a markup, we would have added. Okay. All right, that was number 6. The next thing on our list is number 13. I can. $13. Okay, a leasing company charges $30 per day for rental car. That's expressed as 1 is my input, 30 is my output. We want to find the cost of a 2-day, 3-day, and 4-day rental. We're going to express our answers as ordered pairs in set notation, identify the domain range, determine whether the ordered pairs represent a function. All right, so for day 2, right, it's going to be 60, correct? 3 is 90. 4 is 120, right? Because it's $30 a day. Correct? All right, that's expressing my answers as ordered pair and set notation. The domain is my x values. So 2, 3, 4. Range.
60, 90, 120.
All right, 60, 90, 120. All right. Is this a function? Yes. All right. And if we had to explain, I'm not going to write this out because I don't have the space or the handwriting for it. But there is exactly one output for every input. Okay? Does that make sense? All right. That's number 13. Okay. Number 16. Determine whether the product of matrices A and B is defined. If so, give the dimensions of the matrix. A and B. So it's a 4 by 5 times a 2 by 4. Can I multiply A times B? No, because, okay, we've got 2 and 4. This 5 and 2 does not equal, so that cannot be multiplied. Okay, so no. Cannot be done. All right, that was 16. We need 19. There's a 7 kind of keeps creeping around there. 19. Hannah lives 4 miles from the school. Ellen lives 7 miles from the school. We want to write an equality to represent the possible distances between their homes. So this is a range. Okay, if this is the school, okay, Hannah can live 4 miles from the school. We want to look at the closest they can live together and the furthest that they can live apart. Yeah. Subtract and add. So you can take 7 plus 4 is what, 11? And 7 minus 4, 3. Basically, this works because, let's see. Here's the 7. They would only live 3 miles from each other. Or we could have the 7. They're going to live 11 miles apart. Okay, so what our inequality is going to look like is x is less than or equal to 11, or it's greater than or equal to 3. Okay, that's what our compound inequality should look like. Does this make sense? Great. Okay, that was 19, leaving us with just a couple left on the small scale. I think these are really just ones that only maybe 1 or 2 people missed. Okay, let's go back up to number 1. There are 31 days in July. Gina jogs 3 miles each day. Use the distributed property and mentally calculate the number of miles Gina jogs during July. All right, so basically it's 3 times 31. So you could look at it as 3 times 30 plus 1. You can make that, 90 plus 3 and get 93. Okay, something to that effect, but we should get 93 miles. Is that correct? Can we all do that? Hope so. Okay, after that was number 4. Number 4. Number 4, the price of a video game is marked up by 25%. What is the new price of the game in dollars if the price before the markup was $25? What am I going to do with 25? Not by 2.5. 25 times 0.25. All right? So what is that? All right, so 25 times 0.25 equals 6.25. What am I going to do with 6.25? Add it to what? Add it to 25. So, all right, plus 25, $31.25. Okay, we good on that? We're getting better? Yes. Yeah. What is the new price? Because it says in dollars, it seems like they just rounded. So if a question like that showed up on the test and wasn't specific, I'm probably going to take like the 31.25. If I couldn't determine if it wasn't just saying, hey, it didn't say round, it didn't say estimate, it just said in dollars, I can see where this would be a little unclear. Okay, so I probably would give you the points for it. All right, what are we left with? Number 12, is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. Number 12, simplify. So because this is all multiplication, what am I going to do with the exponents of like basis? Add them. All right, so let's look at what we've got here. I've got x to the 7th, x to the negative 5th, x to the 3rd, and x to the 1st. So 7 plus negative 5 is 2. Okay, good. 2 plus 3 is 5 plus 1 is 6. So I get x to the 6th. All right, and we could probably do a better job of showing our work, but we're getting towards the end. I want to just kind of get this. All right, we got y to the 1st. We got y to the negative 5th. That's it. So I'm going to wind up with y to the what? Negative 4th. So I would take this or y to the 6th over, or sorry, x to the 6th over y to the 4th. Okay. But if both of those answers are available for you on the test, this is the one I want. I want positive exponents. Okay? If both are possible, the circled one is the one I want. Okay, so that should do away with any question tomorrow. Okay, that's it. All right, I'm going to close out the video here. Are there any that you really feel like, please don't stop, please answer this question and get it on the video? No? Okay. All right, we'll hit stop here. How much time do we have left? I'll find out here in a second.